Hello, everyone. My name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with another episode of I Got Married to the Girl I Hate the Most in Class, Episode 2. And I'm going to be straightforward. This episode got on my nerves a little bit. We'll say that enough. There are a couple aspects I didn't like. There was some positive, to say the least, but my main focus is on the main point of these is the two characters, Akane and uh, Sato. The their kind of personality is what I have a bit of issue with. Now, at the beginning of the episode, the cousin figures it out. She's like, "Yeah, you two are married, and you're gonna owe me one. You're gonna do me a favor. What that is, it'll be up to later. But she she says you're gonna get me something." And from there, we kind of see a little bit more of their married life. We see how this guy is. Kind of see how this guy's his food habits. He eats basically ramen, protein shakes, and vegetable like potions, whatever. He mixed the concoctions together. It's interesting. He doesn't have a normal food, and there's some understanding of that. It shown a little bit later that his parents might have left him, like kind of walked out of him, and he didn't have the greatest of meals when he was growing up with his grandpa. So having a normal dinner provided by Connie was something a bit special. And that was one aspect I did like about her, is that she recognized, hey, you can't be eating this stuff. You need to have a good heartly meal. Yes, you may take the more traditional route, but no, we're a married couple. We're gonna have a good proper meal. And he does appreciate it, but doesn't in the way that she isn't expecting. Then a little bit later, we realize that an aspect I don't like about her is that she's super clean freak. This was revealed a little bit later on when they were cleaning out material for sports equipment, but we kind of get full action to him. So Sato likes to basically live like the YouTuber Asmongold or a typical streamer, has a lot of junk around. He doesn't clean like the toiletry stuff until and trash until a month later. He doesn't like doing the dishes right away. He likes to let his clothes build up, which is I'm in the same category, but I do like to take out the trash and everything. My issue is just cleaning my bedroom and bathroom. I try to do it once in a while, as long as things look nice. But so he's more of a trashy person. She likes it very clean, but less germs. So I think there are some aspects that do go overboard, like clean the dishes. Yeah, you should do that every night. You could have it build up to the day, and then at night you clean it. I do agree with her on that point. But the laundry, yeah, you could save a little bit. If you're worried about it, throw in a laundry basket and do some Lysol. The toiletry aspect, the garbage, no, get rid of that. I do agree with her. I do agree with her on that. Next thing that I didn't like about it is the video game aspect. She does not like horror games, which that's her prerogative. But to tell him you need to, they'll come. We'll talk about something later. But yeah, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like hearing the noises, whatever. And I'm like, hey, the man, he's a man. He's got his interests. You can do what well, okay. So later on, they're gonna have a compromising section, and she basically tells him you should wear earphones, and while I'm not around, okay, not around, okay, a little bit. Earphones, no, that's total bullshit. Considering that consoles these days don't really provide the option, except for something like the Switch, or if you're doing PC gaming. Even older consoles, no. So she's in the wrong about that. I did not like that aspect of her. I would have just slapped her like, no. A compromise would be I would have the volume lower, or put up soundproofing in the living room so that she doesn't hear it, or she can do earphones or something, headphones, whatever it may be. If she doesn't like the hearing, whatever, let her do that, or go. It seems like he's playing maybe upstairs, I guess, in his office or room or something, or I think the room was downstairs. But him doing the he didn't really need to compromise on that part. That's, I would say, mainly on her. The next thing, they're getting to the bath scene, and this is actually a bit of contention. The manga is a bit different, and this is a aspect there's a lot more detail to this aspect, but she he's about to take a bath, and she comes and he realizes she's taking a bath. He quickly gets out of it, and which is cool. Hey, I understand, even though that you are technically married, you should be able to slide into next to her or be no problem. But given her age and given that she's very new to all this stuff, fine. But he realizes, hey, maybe she's sleeping or something. He tries to wake her up. He gets her out of the bath. She yells at him. What he should have done as a real man should say, shut the hell up. Let me explain. I'm a man in charge. That's one aspect I do not like as Saito, is he is not very man. That he needs to be a little bit more manly, be more authoritative. That is what the man of the house should do. So the fact that he doesn't do that kind of irks me. Another thing is the manga is we see some butts, and we also see her. We kind of see the lower area, and like we don't see nipples or anything, but we do see her covering up. So she's got her hands on the manga shows her hand on her breast, and then her hand on the lower region. So it's a little bit spicier in the manga, and you also get to see the butt, which I'm guessing is starting to be like PG-13 is like, okay, you can only show a boob, you can't really show butts, which that was normal in Great Britain. It's sensitive regardless. It sucks. That shouldn't be that way. Also, there's some little bit inner thoughts like, you saw everything. I'm like, no, I didn't. It's like, except I did. And he also compliments her on the manga, like that she is hot. This is one of those episodes that could have been a little bit longer and have been really good. But from there, she realizes she's made a mistake. Like, hey, he clearly saw that I was unconscious and he tried to save my life, but she doesn't have the balls to stand up for herself. And he's like, whatever. From there, we get a little bit of scene where they kind of talked. She talks to her best friend, and our main protagonist, the male, Saito, talks to his cousin, and she kind of tells him, like, yeah, animals sometimes can't get along with each other, but humans can sort of do that. They might need to make compromises. He kind of needs to understand how she feels in control. I mean, and it's important for him to be, when he becomes the leader of the Hojo Foundation, or the business his grandpa's set for him. All right. I mean, yes, she did make some truth, but although given that he's the man of the house and everything, he be a little bit more forceful. Once that's over, the two come together, and it's like, all right, we need to set some ground rules, so we can kind of compromise, so we don't yell at each other and make some compromises. I kind of feel like he gave up more than she, but okay. Let me check that for just 1 sec. All right, I looked it over. I think there's probably a little bit more detail in the manga, but it seems like her compromise was that he told her that he would like to touch her body, like when it's accidental in bed, like not on purpose. She says, you can touch my body through my clothes later on. It was kind of a funny moment, but it's like, no. It's because they're in the small bed and everything. If I accidentally touch you, you just can't freak out. That was her compromise. Also, he will do the dishes and cleaning from time to time. That was one compromise. It kind of seemed like it was a little bit more in favor of her, but there is a little bit. And then near the end of the episode, he buys a little shortcake for her, saying, hey, I realized this back in the yearbook that you liked this, and so I bought it for you. He was being nice to her. So overall, this episode just rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't absolutely hate, but Connie is definitely the worst aspect of this relationship. She's she's a little bit overbearing, and I also think Saito is not manly enough. He needs to kind of put Akane straight a little bit. And I was hopefully, yeah, basically that. So with that, I'm gonna end the episode. I got from Gilead to watch, so I'll give a review of that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know in the comments below. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.